Namaskar. I am Dr. Aarti Chaudhary, Assistant Professor in the Department of Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology at Vasant Kanya Mahavidyalaya, Banaras Hindu University. I welcome you once again in this 12-week course titled History of Science and Technology in Ancient India from Harappan Civilization to 7th Century CE. Today we are going to discuss Module 12 and Lecture 4. The title of Module 12 is Other Scientific Insights in Ancient India and Archaeological Methods, and the title of Lecture 4 is Overview of Surveying Methods. So, before starting, let us discuss about the learning objectives of this particular lecture. So, the first learning objective is to identify and describe key archaeological surveying methods. The second learning objective is to analyze the advantage of different surveying methods, and the third learning objective is to know the different scientific aids which involve in surveying practices. In this lecture, we are going to discuss these sub points which are surveying in archaeology, methods of site survey and scientific aids in the survey and exploration. Surveying methods in archaeology play a vital role in uncovering and understanding the scientific and technological achievements of ancient culture and civilization. Systematic surveying enable the identification, documentation and study of archaeological sites that preserve evidence of early developments in architecture, engineering, agriculture and urban planning. In the context of ancient India, careful survey revealed the depth of knowledge reflected in technology such as hydraulic system, metallurgy, astronomy and organized city layout as seen in the Indus Valley civilization and later historical period. Modern archaeological practice combine traditional fieldwork with advanced tools like satellite imagery, remote sensing and GIS based mapping to document these ancient achievements accurately. Through the application of surveying methods, archaeologists help reconstruction the contribution of ancient India to science and technology, emphasizing their lasting impact on regional and world history. Surveying in archaeology. Surveying is a branch of science that precisely measures the shape, area and position of a site's surface by recording horizontal distance and vertical elevations. It also established the direction and angular relationship between different features. Surveying is a fundamental part of archaeological work, beginning with the planning of excavation and concluding with the field process. Archaeologists must be skilled in basic surveying technique and the use of surveying instruments. So, the objective of the archaeological survey is to locate archaeological site, to determine the boundaries of a site, to establish a layout for trench or grid pattern, to describe the site's topography features, to measure the dimension and extent of the site, to identify find spots within the site, to prepare a complete and detailed composite map of the area. Each of these aspects is critical for the proper interpretation of the site and the preparation of a comprehensive excavation report. So, on the basis of surveying, this is the main basic structure which just give instruction how a archaeologist survey a particular site and how the archaeologists perform excavation on that particular site, because on the basis of survey he or she can decide to how to manage this particular site at a time, and the proper attention and the proper method, which kind of method they can apply for the excavation of that particular area. Now, methods of site survey. The methods, strategy and even the team composition for an archaeological survey largely depends on the specific goal of the investigation. For example, the nature of the site, whether it is prehistoric or historical, significantly influence the approach taken. In the case of prehistoric survey, the focus is directed towards studying geological and environmental features such as river terrace, gravel beds, soil type, rock formation, fossil remains and stone artifacts. A proper understanding of past geological and climatical change and their effect on landforms is essential for correctly interpreting the archaeological landscape. Surveying prehistoric site require a different approach to documentation compared to historical site. Unlike historical sites where written records, inscription and oral tradition often provide valuable guidance. So, if you are going to survey any site, you have to do the homework which kind of site you have chosen for the survey. If you are going in a prehistoric site, then survey method is different. If you are going in a Indus Valley site, then survey method is different, and if you are going in a historical site, survey method is different, because we do not have any inscription, we do not have any coins from the prehistoric period. So, we have to just lie into the cave sources, into the painting sources. So, we have to be very careful about the what kind of paintings is available in caves during the prehistoric period. Then the survey method is different. If you are going in the Indus Valley site, then possibly we found such kind of town planning, evidence of town planning, or such kind of bricks, specific type of stone material, specific type of utensil, specific type of pottery, we can gather it for the interpretation of Indus Valley site. As well as when you are going to the historical site survey, then we have to rely on the coins, on the inscription, on the monuments, because in historical period we have the evidence of different kinds of monument, inscription and coins, but they are not available in prehistoric period. So, the categorization where we are going for the survey is the basic homework what we have done before going to survey. Now, map analysis, this is very necessary. In archaeological exploration, various maps such as state, district, taluk and village map created by the Survey of India serve an important resource for planning fieldwork. Among the most helpful are the detailed 1-inch topo sheet scaled at 1.4 miles, which show settlements, road, tracks, railway and important waypoint, helping explorers organize their route whether travelling by vehicle or on foot. In 1905, Southern Asia from 44 degree east to 124 degree east and 4 degree north to 40 degree north was mapped into sheet covering 4 degree latitude, 4 degree longitude area at a scale of 1:1,000,000, 16 miles to an inch, numbered sequentially from northwest to southeast. The map, study of map, the topo sheet is a significant basic material which an archaeologist carry with him or her for the proper surveying on any area, because this topo sheet is the key of information at that time where the archaeologist going for the survey. This topo sheet give plethora of information, deep information and a clear picture of a particular area to the archaeologist. So, the archaeologist can relate it with a very practical way, and he or she can search anything, like if they want to search any temple, if they want to search any kind of a mound, if they want to search any kind of water resources, then topo sheet is the only key aspect which help them to the proper survey of any site. Each large 1:1,000,000 sheet was divided into 16 sheet of latitude and longitude 4 miles to an inch, which were further subdivided into smaller sheet at a scale of 2 mile to an inch, 30 inch into 30 inch, and a mile to an inch, 15 inch into 15 inch. Standardized cartographic symbol are used across these map to represent different feature, like road are marked in red, vegetation is shown in green, water bodies are represented in blue, urban or built up areas appear in pink, and landforms are depicted through brown contour lines. So, these kind of specific character which is presented by different colors is very helpful for the archaeologist to locate, to find out particular things, and this topo sheet which is divided into very small grid pattern, it gives plethora of information and clear picture of any specific area or any specific site. Contour lines are imaginary lines connecting point of equal elevation. They help in visualizing the shape and height of the terrain. On topographic map, the distance between the two contour lines is called the contour interval. Every fifth contour line, known as the index contour, is printed more prominently to add easy reading of elevation changes. Both older map and the current map should be analyzed, as older maps, sometimes centuries old, can reveal archaeological site or lands classification that have since disappeared due to development, agriculture or natural changes. So, you can see in the picture different kind of contour lines is here. This is called the contour lines, and these contour lines basically represent on the basis of few method. When you are going to follow few method, then these particular contour map represent such kind of figure which is showing right now in the slide. You can show it, you can see it, the picture. This particular contour represent a different kind of shape. So, you can see here is the contour map, and on the basis of this contour map, the proper picture of this mountain is emerged here. So, this contour map is basically the key feature of any mountain, plateau or something else. And here is the topo sheet which showing the detailed picture of any area, like the river, the green panel, the track and proper mountain area. You can see and identify in this particular topo sheet, which will help you to survey any site. Now, studying physical feature. An archaeologist should focus on key physical features such as geological composition, rocks, mineral, soil, local flora and fauna, water resources, river, lake, topography, hill, plains, climate, natural resources, metal, stone and distinctive landforms, cave, cliffs, as these factors are crucial for understanding ancient settlement and society. Hills, often isolated by high range, provide an isolation from external influence. For example, tribes like the Pulayars of Annaimalai and Tods of Nilgiri, living in relative seclusion, offers opportunities for ethnographic and archaeological studies. Low rocky hills often featured natural shelters or caves such as Gudiyam cave near Atirampakkam and the Hoshangabad rock shelter, which served as dwellings for prehistoric people. Steep sided hills in the Deccan and lower Karnataka were associated with Neolithic settlement, providing essential raw material for the Neolithic communities. Now, the passes. Passes are important corridors through which ancient movement and cultural exchange occurred. Key passes like the Bolan and Khyber played a major role in the entry of foreign invaders, while other like the Palaghat Pass connected different regions, influencing trade and cultural interaction. Similarly, the Vindhya were a corridor between North India and the Deccan. Thus, with the help of passes, ancient routes could be traced. Now, terms of the river. River have been essential to human settlement throughout history, providing water sources and fertile lands. Archaeologists study ancient river terrace and gravel bed to locate prehistoric tools and fossils. Notable archaeological sites like Hastinapur, Kaushambi and Ahichatra are located along river. Historical sites such as Indraprastha on the Yamuna, Ujjain on the Shipra and Madurai on the Vaigai also thrived near river banks. River mouth like those of the Periyar, Kaveri and Ganga hosted important port towns including Muziris, Kaveripatnam and Tamluk. These examples highlight the crucial role of river in the growth of ancient settlement. Now about the lakes. Lakes are significant for both water supply and settlement pattern. Some lakes date back to prehistoric times and their proximity often correlates with early human settlement and the development of irrigation system. Rocks, minerals and metals. The study of rock type is crucial in locating prehistoric tool making sites. Rocks such as quartzite were favored by Paleolithic people, while Neolithic population used basalt for tool. The study of local minerals and metal is also key to identifying Bronze and Iron Age site and understanding the material culture of these deposits. Now, ethnographic study as a part of survey method. During prehistoric site survey, especially where traditional hunter-gatherer or agricultural communities exist, ethnographic study is valuable. Examining their material culture, settlement pattern and social practices provide comparative insight that help interpret ancient site more accurately. Now, historical literature in survey method. In survey historical sites, studying ancient text, inscription and travel account is crucial for planning fieldwork. Literature helps in identifying ancient place name, city layouts, fortification and monuments, guiding where and how survey should be conducted. Explorer like Shilman, Troy and Cunningham Buddhist site use such data successfully. Texts like Homer's Iliad, Greco-Roman record, Buddhist literature and Chinese pilgrims account help correlate historical description with field evidence. Epigraphical records such as Ashokan edicts further assist in mapping an ancient route and confirming site location. during survey. Now, previous work in survey method. A survey based on previous archaeological exploration and excavation is an essential step. Consulting earlier studies help avoid duplication, refine survey objective and ensure continuity in research. Key resources include published work such as Robert Brusford's Prehistoric Antiquities of the Madras Presidency and Robert Swell's Antiquarium Remains of South India, as well as Cunningham's Exploratory Notes in North India. Additionally, reports like the Annual Report of the Archaeological Survey of India and Indian Archaeology a Review provide systematic records of past discoveries. State Archaeological Department and University publication also offer valuable site specific information. Reviewing museum collection of antiquity from the target area further inform and enhance the survey strategy. So, the survey what have done by the Cunningham and the report which published by Archaeological Survey of India, Archaeology a Review report, they are the basic material to study about any past discovery, any past history about any site in India. So, a surveyor is instructed to go through with these literary sources and then he or she plan for the survey of any area. Observing and surveying field and ceramics. Surveying a site require both keen observation and experience. During surveys, explorers must walk systematically over the landscape, staying alert for visible traces like pottery sherds, tools, structure or burials. Features like rain gullies, river erosion or village quarrying often expose section of ancient mound, revealing stratified layers that hint a site's occupation history. Careful observation of such section can provide valuable preliminary insight into the site's cultural phase. Pottery serve as a key chronological marker. Different cultures and periods can often be identified based on ceramic type, style and manufacturing technique. For example, kinfire pottery generally indicates settled life. Documenting ceramic finds systematically during survey is crucial. A well maintained ceramic record not only help interpret the site immediately, but also serve as a vital reference for future research. Scientific aids in the survey and exploration. In modern archaeological survey and exploration, scientific aids play a crucial role in enhancing accuracy, efficiency and depth of understanding. Tools such as remote sensing, GIS and geophysical instrument have revolutionized traditional methods by allowing non-invasive, large scale and detailed study of landscape and buried site. Digital technologies ensure detailed recording, 3D modeling and systematic analysis, improving research quality. Now, remote sensing imagery. Remote sensing is the technique of capturing image of the earth's surface from suborbital or orbital altitudes across various wavelengths without physical contact with object. It provides valuable information on vegetation, landforms, water bodies, mineral zone and other features over large areas. Globally, the Earth Resources Observation System EROS program with image from the Landsat satellite series launched by the US Geological Survey is widely used. In India, significant advancement have been made with the Indian Remote Sensing IRS satellite series offering high quality imagery. These images are organized into path north-south orbit and rows east-west sequence. Required image can be accessed by referring to specific path and raw number available through the National Remote Sensing Agency NRSA in Hyderabad. Magnetic survey. Magnetic survey technique play an important role in archaeological exploration, particularly when locating buried features made of iron or areas where the soil has been altered by the human activities. Instruments like the proton magnometer help detect small variation in the earth magnetic field, which may signal the presence of ancient iron kiln, metal artifacts or similar structure. However, because the instrument is extremely sensitive, it can also pick up modern disturbance such as iron fences, electric poles or rock with high iron content. Careful planning and interpretation are therefore essential. In India, proton magnometer survey have been used at sites like Kaveripatnam and Madurai though on a relatively limited scale. So, in magnetic survey, surveyor have to be very careful because there is some limitation of every scientific method. They can be very careful regarding the limitation of a particular method. So, it is very necessary a surveyor should study about the methods carefully and then they go to the survey field and such kind of survey method like magnetic method, they have to be very careful in this method because the magnetic things are available. If magnetic things are available on that particular field, though it is related to the current era, it is also recorded. So, it is the duty of a surveyor, they have to be very careful if they are doing magnetic, they are following magnetic method in survey. The typical method involve laying out a grid and recording magnetic reading at short intervals. For example, every 30 centimeter to build a detailed map of anomalies, a small team of about 3 people can efficiently survey several acres in a single day. Now, thermo-remnant magnetic survey. Thermo-remnant magnetic survey is used to detect ancient structures that have undergone burning such as bricks wall, pottery kiln or fire pit. Material like clay and brick when fired lock in the earth's magnetic signature at the time of cooling. These magnetic traces, though visible to the eye, can be picked up by specialized instruments today. Using this method, archaeologists are able to locate buried, burned feature when there are no clear surface remains. GPS, the Global Positioning System, is a satellite based navigation technology that allows users to determine their precise location anywhere on earth. GPS technology enable archaeologists to precisely record the latitude, longitude and elevation of site, facilitating the creation of detailed map and structured field survey. Additionally, GPS device assist researcher in efficiently navigating to specific site coordinates, tracking movement, direction and distance with accuracy during field exploration. Aerial survey and photography. Aerial photography offers a complete bird's eye view on ancient town and settlement, helping researchers understand the overall shape, layout and planning which cannot be seen properly from ground level. Certain features like buried roads, house alignment, fortification wall and gateway become visible in the aerial image. even when they are hard to detect on the ground. Sites like Takshashila, Pakistan and Shishupalgarh, Odisha have been effectively mapped through aerial photography, showcasing clear layout of streets, residential zone, stoop and monastery complexes. Geochemical method. The soil surrounding ancient settlements often contain high connection of phosphate from organic refuse. The phosphate is very much important ingredient in terms to understand the settlement pattern of any site, because the phosphate analysis gives information regarding the use pattern of that particular site, the garbage area and the food consumption area, the path area where people lived and why they chosen particular area for their habitat practices, for their survival. These kind of information we can collect from the phosphate analysis. So, the phosphate analysis is important in terms to understand, in terms to clarify the proper settlement of a particular site. This phenomena has been observed in places like Cairo, where local farmers use the soil from ancient site as fertilizer. In India, similar practice occurs where earth from ancient mound is used for farming. Cartographic software. Recent advancement in computer technology have revolutionized archaeological mapping, making the process of creating high quality site topographical map much more efficient. Software such as Surfer, Geolink, Atlas Mapmaker, Atlas Pro and Map Info is widely used for this purpose. Surfer in particular is a versatile program that allow the creation of high resolution contour and 3-dimensional surface plot, offering powerful tools for mapping archaeological site. So, on the basis of these all survey methods, we can say a wide range of techniques ranging from traditional field methods such as surface exploration and ceramic survey to advanced technological tool including remote sensing, geochemical analysis, digital mapping enabled archaeologists to build a comprehensive understanding of past human settlement and their cultural context. The integration of field based method with modern technologies such as geographic information system, magnetic survey and aerial photography significantly enhance the precision of archaeological investigation. These methods not only facilitate the discovery of hidden or buried site, but also offer insights into ancient landscape, settlement structure and social dynamics. So, on the basis of this all the description which is mentioned in this lecture, we can understand that the survey method in ancient time, in the starting of the archaeological survey method, when archaeological survey of India started, then the survey method was traditionally followed by the archaeologists, but through the time the scientific discoveries, the scientific evolution also engage this field, and archaeologists also use many more scientific methods, many more scientific equipment for the modern scientific survey method, and they involve this method, they involve these scientific methodology in the survey method, in excavation method and in exploration method, and these kind of scientific methods can give a more precise and clear picture of any surveying data. So, these kind of scientific discovery also helpful for the survey method, excavation method or exploration method. So, if you want to excel your knowledge in this particular field, you can consult these references which is now present on your screen, and Thank you very much for your patient listening. Namaskar.